Okay, I took a screenshot of the next part of Mobius. Where were we? We had just finished this question, participation activity number 4, and then it comes down and it starts talking about the Pythagorean identity, but I took a screenshot of it so I could draw on it. Um, they've already defined the sine and the cosine, and they're going to show how this relates to the Pythagorean theorem. And when you're looking at their little drawing here, they actually have, let's see, I'm going to use bright green. They're looking at this right here as the right angle. So you do have a right triangle right there. And they told you that when you're at this point right here, this point right here, that point is directly across from the y-axis, which would be from this distance down to this distance. Well, that's what this is right here in blue. So that is your y. And then your x, this point here also is straight down to the x-axis, which is this distance, and that's that leg. And then because it's a unit circle, your hypotenuse is the one. So let me get all these colors on here. Oops. Lordy be. Okay. Boop. And then I need a blue. Okay. And according to the Pythagorean theorem, the Pythagorean theorem says that a squared plus b squared equals c squared. And in this triangle here, it would be your, it doesn't really matter what order they're in, but let's see. I would say x squared plus, my other leg is y squared, and that's going to equal the hypotenuse squared, which is 1 squared, but 1 squared is just 1. And then what they do is they come back and they go back to, I have it down here. Here it is. That cosine of your angle is the same thing as the x-coordinate, and the sine of your angle is the same thing as the y-coordinate. So they replace the, and they're showing it over here, they replace the x squared right here with an cosine squared, and the y squared with a sine squared of t, and then it still equals the one which they have over here. And that's where they come up with this thing down here called the Pythagorean identity, that cos squared of the angle plus sine squared of the angle will equal 1, which is a unit circle. That's how they're trying to show that there. I don't know if I conveyed that very well or not, but I tried. So then when you go down to participation activity number 5, it says if the cosine of the angle t is 24 over 25 and t is in the 4th quadrant, find the sine of t. Okay, we're in the 4th quadrant. I need a bigger. Here's x, here's y. Our angle measure of t, I will put that in yellow. It's in the 4th quadrant. Okay, so that means it went somewhere over here. And so our terminal angle, I'll make a little smaller, is like there, we'll say. Okay, so I need to draw the triangle to the x-axis to get that 90-degree angle in there. And remember that this is x, and this is y, and this is 1 unit. And they're saying that the cotangent of your angle is 24 over 25, and wait, where's my, I forgot to put my angle measure in here. Okay, here is t, that's t, so cosine is okay, there's several ways I can do this. I'm seeing this as, when I see cosine, I'm seeing cosine of whatever your angle measure is your trig function is the adjacent over the hypotenuse, and they're giving me 24 over 25. I'm sorry, I'm thinking of the last section. I'm supposed to be using the Pythagorean identity. My bad. Well, no, wait. Cosine squared. Okay. If we go with this guy. Okay, cosine of t is 24 25ths, but we've got to square that, plus sine squared of t equals 1. So 24 25ths, and they say an exact answer. Okay, so 24 squared is, yuck, 576. 25 squared is 625, plus the sine squared of t equals 1. I would subtract the sine squared of t is going to equal 1 minus this 576 over 625. And without a calculator, that would be, one whole would be 625 over 625s minus 576 over 625. Got to get a common denominator. Come with me or run out of room. So the sine squared of t is gonna equal, what's 625 minus 576 is 49. Oh, isn't that nice? 49 over 625. And now what I'm gonna do is square root both sides so that you just have the sine of the angle. The square root of 49 is 7, and the square root of 625, that was 25. So that should be my answer, 7 over 25. Where's my, here it is. Just say find exact answer. So 7/25. What? Did I type it wrong? Oh crap, sorry, we're in quadrant 4. I kind of forgot about a very important thing. Duh, sorry. Oh, I hate it when I do stupid shit. Okay, we're in quadrant 4. Okay, when you were in quadrant 4, x is positive, but y is negative. So, and remember that sine is opposite over adjacent. So since y would be my opposite, that would have to be a negative. Yep. Okay, that's what I was forgetting to think about. My bad. Should be a negative. Put her in there. There we go. Yeah, that was kind of important to remember that you're in quadrant number 4. If you're in quadrant 1, both x and y are positive. Oh, and that is something, when you watch that video for participation activity number 3, they point that out.